Alrighty, it's been a while since I last did a good update video like this. It's super good to be back. I'm so excited. So today is UI Day, and to celebrate, well, it's UI Day because I said so, but to celebrate, I've done something pretty okay actually, to be honest. I'm kind of proud. I just pushed the changes to GitHub, but basically, let's go over what's new. If you'll notice, I've hold on, let's just clean this document really quick. Anyways, so I have a new enumeration for menu text. I have my menu text fellow who follows that. He's really useful. I'm going to reduce the spacing on that because that's useful. Yes, so on startup, I don't have this event anymore for hiding the UI. I actually probably should. I forget where. Oh, I called it in the editor. So I need this for when I'm doing. I need this for when I'm whatchamacallit, like when it's time for tile selection. Then I'll hit a button in the menu, and then that will call toggle UI based on where we are in the menu. But let's see. So we have draw menu. If you notice the new function draw menu, where the integer value of our menu text, which is our part of our enumeration, which we initialize as 0, so it will draw menu at 0. Now, we have our new function, draw menu. In menu number, we stop all coroutines, and this is useful for stopping the text that's already going. It looks really glitchy if you just blaze through the menu. I also need to play a sound here. So, let's write that. To do, play a sound. I might just do that now because I want to do mixers and stuff like that, or just audio, but I shouldn't get distracted. So we have red button to on click, remove all listeners. We remove all the listeners upon calling draw menu, and then we switch our menu number, in which case then for our case 0 here, we're doing a refactored function called change menu advance. Now down here, this is it, and basically we're getting the button's components and setting the text equal to this field here. The button in question is this button, and we are setting the menu that it advances to here. So basically it changes the menu layouts, and you know what? Working in P5 actually greatly changed my outlook on some of these things about efficiency and only updating when I need to. So update is not a function that's implemented here. I'm only changing things when they are actually, or I'm only drawing things when I'm changing them, which is very good for a young fellow like myself to know. Now let's see, we have advanced menu. So this actually changes our menu text variable and then calls draw menu and then to menu num. So basically we have, with these three functions, we're calling draw menu 0 here initially, stop all the coroutines, play a sound, remove all the listeners on the buttons. Here we go, case 0. So we're changing the menu to advance to menu 1 and advance to menu 2. And you know what I realized? I shouldn't have to say this. Here we go. Let's take a look at this. So they always say show, don't tell. And they're right. I could have saved myself a lot of time. So this is menu 0, and we're done printing. We can advance to menu 1. Welcome to menu 1. Ah, lemons. And then we can advance to menu 2. Menu 2. And then, yeah, if we hit the buttons, notice that the stop coroutine doesn't make the letters all glitchy like it did at one point. And yeah, very exciting. I am super exciting, or I'm super excited for this. The only thing is that I worry about stop all coroutines, because if I do that, then whatchamacallit, if I stop all coroutines, like in general, that worries me. So I want to see stop coroutine. Can I call, let's try this. So stop coroutine and then type message text. Is that something I can stop without a parameter? Or do I need a reference to the actual coroutine? I want to see how that works actually. So let's, you know what's cool? I have these scenes now, so and then I can show you guys. This is very good. So Unity stop coroutine. Oh, coroutine. And how do I reference a coroutine? Coroutine. Very good, very good. You know this. I know this. So maybe we have a private enumerator. Let's see, text coroutine. And this fella is going to be useful for us because we are going to call text coroutine. We're actually going to have to define start coroutine. I worry. You know what? It actually won't be that bad from a refactoring standpoint, I don't think. I need a hotkey for this, or like a, what do they call it, a stream deck? Maybe I could build one of those out of like Arduino or something. Let's see. So we have, so I made my private enumerator text coroutine, and we need to set it and call it. So type message text was my little function for it. That's so cool. I love these enumerators. That's so useful. That's very, very good. And you can stop them at any time. Because my concern with stop all coroutines is that I'm going to stop every single coroutine that could be happening in the future. And that's not good design. I shake my finger at this. Let's see. Well, disapprovingly. So let's see. Text coroutine equals type message text. This is menu 0. So this isn't the worst thing ever. And then, so we do this at the end, and then we will call start coroutine, text coroutine. And I really should name it something more meaningful, like, I don't know, like, just, oh, hi, Oscar. Oh, hi, Mark. No, I'm sorry. Let's see, so yes. Oh, okay, yeah, I figured it would throw me an error, but that. Very, very good. How can I help you, sir? Alright, and then we break, and then at the end of this, we start the coroutine of the text coroutine. We're actually going to call it something meaningful. And that will be, let's see, text type coroutine, CRT coroutine. I wonder what more established coders call it. Core CRT. CRT works for me. I like CRTs because melee. But beep boop beep beep boop bum. Very good. This is already very good, and I don't think I ever really showed my little implementation of my GitHub thingy. Let's see. More UI refactoring, and let's see. Removed. Stop all coroutines. Call. Instead, replaced it with a local coroutine enumerator that can be stopped individually. Smiley face. Whoop-pow. We commit that bad boy to master, and then we push to origin. And yeah, that's my Git workflow. But that's pretty nice. Oscar agrees. Let's see. And I want to think more about the accessibility of these things, because UI script, there's really no point to have any of these be like public. This is all pretty privately called. Like, no one else is gonna call draw menu, I don't think. And if so, that would be kind of bad, wouldn't it, huh? Well, it depends. You know what? I'm just getting to the point where I was... Let's see, let's switch over my screens. Boosh. Alright. So, I don't need these tabs anymore. Where is it? I need to get to my repository. More commits. Yes, here's from today. Alright, so menu advancement achieved with the help of refactored functions, a menu text enum, and switch cases. Today I've decided to ID blah blah blah. Yes. This is what I need. Different layouts and more practical events. So I want to start. Let's start by trying to change the whatchamacallit, the width and size of these of our window. Oopsie, I'm still in play mode. There we go. Let's see. So I want to change the width of my panel. Rect transform. Pivot, the rotation, the scale. So it's probably going to be a scale thing. Public game object panel. And maybe we set, let's see, panel dot, oh, we're still on this screen, I think. Yes, we are. Beep. Panel dot, let's see. Let's see, we're gonna need to get component, I don't need the game object. We have the panel, which already is a game object, okay. So we need the type rect transform, and then dot scale. Do you have scales? Size delta. Lossy scale, local scale. This seems right. Local scale, and then it's a vector 3, so we'll do new vector 3. And then what are these values? Let's see. Oh, I got to talk to some sick game developers at Too Many Games. Oh, so fun. So fun. That's the best part of the convention. I got to talk to some guy who did a game called, I'll type it out for you really quick. He did a game called, let's see, what was this? Adventure. And it's where you can, like, it's a JRPG kind of thing where you can take your files with you on your adventures and stuff like that. I think that's really, really funny. Well, just a really interesting and innovative idea. Let's see, our scale is currently 0.95, 0.25, 1. 95.25, What do you mean? Oh yeah, oopsie. Local scale. Oh, oopsie. So we'll do this and take that off. And that should be, so this is the default. This is our default vector 3. And I want to save it maybe as a constant. So you know what, we'll do this on start and then we'll copy it and put it elsewhere. I'm gonna forget about this, so I'm not gonna put a breakpoint. I wish we had like bookmarks. Is that a thing, Visual Studio? Bookmarks? Hey. It's a... I mean, I guess a disabled breakpoint works, but... Anyways, so let's say when we advance to menu this, then we will change this dramatically and make it a lot smaller for no reason. And I'm pretty sure I don't need to include the 1F because we're not really changing anything on the Z-axis. It looks like the only things that are changing are on the X and Y, so let's just take care of that really quick. Alright, and let's see what we got. Pow. And... Oh, routine is null? Oh, I totally forgot to actually do things like debug my my enumerator. So see, routine is null. Stop coroutine. Okay, yes. So I want to see if let's do this. So we're going to do if text CRT, text type CRT. So if it exists and it is not null. We're just gonna do that and pow. So if so this should work for that. Let's see. Oh, well, I guess you can't see my changes. I basically just added a little if case, and let's see. Alright, this is menu 0. Hey, what? Oh, yeah, I forgot my punctuation at the end of that. I was confused. I thought it somehow parsed the end of my string incorrectly. In the end, it was me who was the fool. Let's see, the reference script unknown on this behavior is missing. That's being called a lot of times, and I don't like that. So see, the reference script unknown, or oh whoa, what am I saying? The reference script unknown on this behavior is missing, which is intriguing because so I think I know what's going on. It's because let's give it another go. Let's just see what happens here. This is menu 0. Beep. Welcome to menu 1. Yes. So it does change the size the way I want it to. Ah, lemons. And then I just have to change the transform of the buttons as well. So maybe I define constants for that or something, you know. Menu 0 and the stop coroutine thingy call works as well. And very good. And the errors are gone. Very nice. I would give myself a high five if I could, but I don't want to be too self-congratulatory yet. I'm just gonna tidy this up because that is a good thing to do. And I might sneeze here, I'm sorry. Never mind. Okay, let's see. Maybe I want to refactor a function to change yeah, I think I want to do that. So what we're gonna do is do panel transform. So let's just do menu transform functions. And what we're gonna do here is a little thing called no one else can touch me, and private void let's see, change panel transform. And what we're going to do is have an int or float new x, float new y, and I forget if there are implicit problems if I put an int in there. Actually, no, it's not a problem. Let's see. So this is going to be for the vector 3 of it. And float x scale, float y scale. And yes, So this is going to be useful for actually moving my little fella around. Now we're going to take my little initialization code here and give it a. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I gotta get better at remembering that. Okay, so now you are watching this, and I am. Where was I? Here, refactoring. Pow. See, panel.getComponentRecTransform.local scale is the new vector 3. Let's do x scale, y scale, and this is actually true because we are with an x and y right here. The z doesn't need to be changed, and because yes, I'm sorry, that's bad reasoning. Panel.getComponent, we're going to have to reference that recTransform again. I feel like accessing it twice is better than saving it to a local variable. I don't want to. This isn't C++, and I don't want to really set a pointer to it. I shouldn't worry about that now. To tangential. And this is probably a vector 3 as well, so we're going to do new x, new y. Bang. Alrighty, and let's see if we can. So this is 65.15, and we're going to do change panel transform new x. We're gonna do width. Oh, this isn't P5. Okay. Let's take a look. I'm just gonna take a look really quick at where I put my panel. Ew, weird. 173, negative 173. You know what? We might need screen constants, like constant values of the screen. When did this? Alright guys, we're gonna not, I don't know when that happened. So we have public float text speed. We're going to have public const. We'll just have a const because I don't really care about the thing. Let's see, const float screen width equals, how do I grab screen width? No way. That's not it. That's what I made, right? Float UI script.screen width. Hey, no way, right? I figured that would not be screen dot width. Very good. And this will be oh, he's mad. I'm sorry. 0, 0, 0, 0. Let's reduce the expression assigned to UI script.screen width must be constant. Screen width shouldn't be constant, no? Oh, it requires, okay, I was going to initialize it elsewhere. So, in Unity, how do we find our screen size? Unity screen dimensions. How do I grab these dimensions? In pixels of the player window. Then it can't be a constant. If they're, say for some god forbidden reason they want to play the game in a windowed format, and it's just gonna have to be private float screen width and private float. We're gonna do screen width, screen height, and I need an event. Okay, we're gonna say like to do manage changes in screen width. See, I want these variable names cause it's nice, you know? It's pretty. And I want to keep track of these. Oh, I'm a fool. Okay. So I want these variable names screen width and screen height, because it looks pretty to me that I don't have to call screen.width and screen.height all the time. But in order to make this code refactorable and reusable in general, I am going to need to call those, because say they change from full screen to windowed mode, and then screen width here is, say we assigned it at the same time as like they went full screen, and screen height is also the full screen width and stuff, then we're drawing our pieces all wrong. So I don't think I need this. Yeah, I don't think that's good. And to call it if it changes is a lot better in my opinion. So let's see, change pen transform. This was screen.width divided by 2, screen.height divided by 2. This is very, very like processing P5-ish, I noticed. Then the float x goes 0.65, I believe, 0.65f, and 0.15f. Yes. Very good. Let's see what we got. And to make it easy on you and me, let's drag it in here. Okay. I generally don't like to keep them on the same screen because it's useful for me to debug. Yeah, look at him up there. Look at that guy. Let's see, 4 to 3, and then he... Yeah, so we just need to set the text relative to that. I don't know though, it doesn't seem right. Can I access these bad boys? That's blech. That's very blechy. So we're gonna stop this and undo any changes I did. So where are we drawing it from? It's like a rect mode center. It reminds me of. I think it's by default this. I think, no, it was by default this. This is what I saw before. And where is the center of the shape? Let's see. Shift also set pivot, Alt also set pivot. So is there like a uniform constant for the screen? Like for the screen dimensions, I wonder? I'm gonna move this over, reopen this bad boy, and let us look at this. So, current resolution. Because the width in pixels is a little large, like if you know what I'm saying, just a little bit. And I don't want to like, okay, so when we draw it, presently it is at left is 0. Huh? Is that just because of the way I'm drawing it? We're gonna need to set it to that. Yeah, if we're doing rect mode center, then this will be better. Let's see. The width is 800, the height is 600. And position Y is... So now we're talking. Now we're talking. This had better be refactorable. I'm telling you this. No, not only had it better be, but I just need to produce better. I don't know what I'm saying. You get it. So we have rect mode, pause X. So I'm afraid these have changed now. let's see, change panel transform, where did I put that? Here we are. Local scale and then local position. So I'm going to take a quick look online and see about panel, or the rect mode. Please, I need this. Give me a rectangle mode. Boosh. And nothing. Very good. Wait, rect mode? I mean rect transform. Now we're talking. Alright. So we have a pause X, pause Y, width and height. I need this in the scripting API, please. Or I think I'm in, I need the manual. Let's see. Or no, I need the scripting API. Yeah, this is right. Rect transform. I need the property of oh my gosh, I can't speak. I need the property. Let's see. No, this is a very unhelpful article. This is not something I care for. Anchored. Let's see. So the position of the pivot of this rec. Let's take a look. So we have anchored position. And this is probably going to be a vector 2, no? Yeah. Alright. So the position of the pivot of this rect transform relative to the anchor reference point. Where is the anchor reference point of our friend here? So the pivots are both 0.5, and I'm going to toy around with that really quick to see if I can make it anything weird. The pivot doesn't seem to... yeah, okay. So changing my pivot has greatly scaled up my the size of that. Let's see. So Unity rect transform pivots. And you know what? This is on the scripting API. We're gonna do the manual and look for rect transform as well, just so we can see about the pivots. Like, what is a pivot? Location of the pivot point around which the rectangle rotates, defined as a fraction of the size of the rectangle itself. Interesting. Okay, I get it. So it's basically, rect mode center, which is what we are currently dealing with, and what this has here is using a pivot of 0.5 and 0.5. This makes sense. Alright. See, then we have the width and height of the rectangle, position relative to the anchors. So we're looking simply for pause, and that should be good. Oh, I tell you, man, I was watching this. A friend of mine, I was at a house of my friend, and we were watching Black Mirror. Holy Jesus. I must say, it was very mind-blowing, and I was very scared. I don't know, something about that just was scary. By the way, I need to know the thing of the screen. Oh, you know what, I realize I need to know the number of pixels on the screen, since I seem to draw them. Let's see, pause X is going to be like -400, or how many pixels are on the screen, or the units are on the screen that I'm actually using right now. I don't know. I do not know, and I don't want to set them. I want to set them to locations like this, like that are fractional, based on the screen height and width. But I know that is probably wrong. you know what? Let's give it a go. I don't really know why not. We'll never know until we try. Oh, look at that. That's like a rhythm game. Anyways. So it's in case 1, advanced menu 1, and it... Very nice. Okay, alright. I see this. So now let's check out the properties of our panel. So the position Y is ever so slightly below 0, and that's because it's screen height divided by 2. Hey, wait, you know what? Why is it that way? So this being 0 makes sense. Screen.width. So I've changed it to change the panel transform to screen.width, meaning we should only see half of the panel on the right side. Something's wrong. New X, new Y. Change that to a vector 2. That should be good. Let's change it to something like screen width divided by 3. And then with this, then we can look for funsies. Oh, maybe it didn't update before. Maybe that's why. So menu 1 appears here, and this is 1/3 of the screen. It's kind of like Neapolitan ice cream, which makes me kind of want that now. Anyways, so let's see. Screen width divided by 2 should work. And screen height divided by 2 should work as well. You know what, let's just do screen width to find out what the width of this screen even is. And does it change for different things? So this is 400, and this is going to be negative 400 as well. Okay. So that throws a little bit of a thing into my plans. I just have to be more wise about, like, say if I wanted to spawn something at like 1/4 of the screen, like, so if this is a half and this is 0, then this is 1/4, and this is going to be negative. This is going to be negative 1/2 of the screen. Okay, or negative 1/4. Let's give it a go. I set the X position for it to spawn out at screen width divided by 4, and let's make it into a cute little square. It's going to be a teeny little square too. I have, you know what? I am so impatient, and I am a fool. Oh my god. Menu 1, and there's our little fella. So, yeah. Now, this is useful. This is useful. Board. Can we focus on board though? Oh my god. What have I done? Can I look at this tile? Oh, thank god. Very nice. Okay, so things are... Oh yeah, I messed up the lighting on this one day. I'm really not sure how to get it back to... Like, the tiles are lit by this light, but it's this odd olive green, and I don't know how to reset my... Well, I didn't know how to reset my light before. Z? Why are we not updating the lighting? Can I reset my lighting or something? I don't know. But the good thing is, if I literally take this... Oh no, but that's in the settings too. Never mind. I think I just have to go and do some comparisons with the old version of my code from Git and my new stuff. This is... I believe this is tile 6.0 and this is tile 0.6. Hey, how can that be? Oh, this is 6.0. So then this must be tile 0.0, as it should be. So this is how we're meant to look at the game board, along the X and Z axis, with Y being positive. There we go. Alright, looking good. We're in good shape so far. Let's check my changes. This stuff is crazy. I like that. Okay, so I have accomplished changing the menu advance, and now it is time to not only changing the menu advance, changing the menu transform. So we have this change panel transform. We're just gonna need a private void change button transform. Floats new x, same parameters as this. This is really going to be almost the same. At least it should. Let's see. You know what? I should refactor this to be for more panels than just mine. Is it called a UI panel? Panel. Help. Let's see. So I'm really changing Unity, let's see, panel. You know what, let me just check that out in the editor really quick. I realize I'm a fool. So it is simply an image, a canvas render, and a rect transform. So what we're looking for is the game object. Here, let's go back here. Game object panel. And the panel that we define up here is let's see. There we go. Yeah, it's just the game object. So that will be good. Let's see. I would like to add a this dot, or to give this panel a more useful name. But I fear. I am very scared. Let's see. What should I call it? Change panel? Change panel. That works. So I just want to refactor this code so that I can have more easy access to these things when I need them. See if I incorporate more panels in the UI, and then I'll need these functions for that. That's what I'm doing this for. So we'll do a button. Change button. And then we'll open this bad boy up. And then we're going to do change button dot get components. This is most likely going to be rect transform. And you know what? I think that, I think I could just copy this, but for change button. Let me check in my editor that this is a transform sort of thing. Yeah, we do have a rect transform, and they are referenced from the sensor. Very good. I've also frightened myself to death by doing this. Not really. I just zoomed out on the canvas, and then it takes me 60 miles away from my board in the actual editor panel, or in the scene panel. Let's see. Private void channel, change panel transform. We're also going to need a private void change. Oh, that was a. Can I see that again? Wait, let me see. Change on before transform parent changed. Transform parent change occurs. Interesting. Untransformed children. You know what? I shouldn't look into that too much right now. It's probably actually the only thing that I should look into. But yeah. Wait, hold on. I don't know if this should be. Maybe I want to put the actual button in here, you know? So let me just, before I continue along with this, I'm just gonna hit him with the old Control K, C, pow. And in here we're going to set, let's use dimensions that could actually be used. So we're gonna set this to 3/4 of the screen width. I don't like the way my math looks all jumbled. Then at screen height dot half, and then we'll do 35 and 75 because I'm scared. And what I'm really looking here to do is just define like a panel on the side. So say that you decide, I don't know. It's useful. It's useful, okay? Don't question me. We're gonna do this. I love that fade effect, by the way. I don't know if you do or if it nauseates you, but I'm sorry. I like it, however. So we have this. We changed the panel to not bad. And I noticed that this is actually it seems very relative to the screen, so I'm going to maybe even change that to 0.9f, and then 0.4, round up a little bit, maybe even 4.5, yeah. So, I don't know, that looked very 0.75 to me, at least the dimensions, and this is probably going to look very 0.9. Yeah, look, that's very clearly nice. Nice. Indeed. Let's see. Maybe we want to set it to... I want to refactor all of my previous buttons and things like that into a far more useful sort of situation. We're also I'm changing this to be on 7/8 of the screen and the width to be a little less. I don't know, 7/8 might be a stretch. I figured. I just want to make a thin little menu at the end, so instead let's do divided by 4. No, 7/8 was really not. That's pretty close. I could get pretty close there. Let's do the scale of 0.15f. Upload that and do it. I'm so excited for how this is gonna come together. This is big progress. I can display a lot more things a lot quicker and or a lot more efficiently, and it seems to be paying off. Like, I would say big time already, but I'm not sure. Well, I know it'll pay off. That's what's gonna happen. I also forgot to save this, so then we're gonna let this upload. Nice. This is a good little menu. And I want to change the button to the buttons to somehow fit in there. So we're gonna do change button transform, and we're gonna start with the green button. We're going to do a similar procedure with 7/8 of the screen width. Screen.width. I love this. This is really useful for at least, I don't know. It will be useful in case the user ever changes the window or anything like that, and then I don't know. It'll be pretty sweet. I don't know. 0.5f. I don't know how big that's gonna be, but you know what? Let's give it a go. Yeah, I also need to do my change text transform, because that will also be useful. And perhaps I'll reward myself. Oh, look at that guy. He's so teeny. Let's just do a normal 0.5f, because I don't know how big the buttons are by default. Beep. Not bad, not bad. We're also probably going to need to change the text scale with an equation relative to that, so... I should put some music on. This is probably boring. I mean, for me, it's not that boring, just because I'm the one actually doing it. But for a viewer, I imagine that this must be like a fresh hell. We got a decent bit of spacing here, a little less spacing here. Oh, nice. Nice. Very good. So I almost wanted to... Here, I wasn't sure. Yeah, I know what I'm gonna say. So eventually, I'm thinking refactoring really is a K-hole. Jeff was really right when he told me this, because where am I looking? I'm looking over here, but I need to be looking over here for a sec. So you see that I'm changing all these things, and this is just more code. Perhaps I want to do draw menu 0, draw menu 1, functions like that, and refactor that so that in case 1, we just straight up call this, you know? But then, like, where does refactoring end, you know? Like, what's up, Oscar? I know. Yeah, like, where does refactoring end? I think that's not the most, that's probably unlikely to be the most that I can refactor that, like, segment of code. What? What's up? You're very loud, you know that? I know, and you always show up when I'm doing important things.
You should be ashamed of yourself, mister, you know.
Nah, he shouldn't be ashamed. If anybody should be ashamed, it should be me for yelling at my cat on stream, even though I'm doing so very silently and considerately. You know, I would say that even he is yelling. Why is that back? That worries me. Advanced menu, blah blah blah. Okay, it's gone again. Nice, I guess. I'm gonna alter the scale even more. Maybe I just want the vertical scale to be 1. I mean, that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world ever. Let's give it a go. That was at 0.75 before. I think I forgot to save that last time, so whoopsie. Advanced menu 2 makes it a little big, but you know what? I kind of like it. And then we're going to repeat the same thing with the red button, but we're going to alter the transform of that a little differently. Let's do... The vertical position will be that, and it will have to be the red button. Yeah, so this is a pretty nice system that I've come up with, in my opinion, of changing the UI thing. What did that guy just say to me? Yeah, not bad, not bad. Ow. Yes, sir. What? I know. But what am I supposed to do about it? And in my default menu, let's see. I can go to menu 2. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh my. So we're going to need to change the panel transform. I want to come up with a calculated sort of constant for this stuff. Yes, we're still looking at the code good. I was just prototyping to see what looked good in the menu, and then I'll show you afterwards, but let's see. So we have a new x, which is going to be screen.width divided by 2 again. I don't know. CodeMade can correct me on this. I'm sorry. Sorry, CodeMade. I love CodeMade. Divided by 4, 5, 4, maybe. Who knows? And then the scale, let's do just 1 by 0.5. And what I'm looking to do is replicate the original menu's like layout. Ooh, that's a little big. Let's see, so the width is 1 and the thingy is 0.5. Let's change it to 0.9f on the width. And the height is just a little too much, so we're going to drop that down to 0.35. I like this system though. I feel not terrible about it, which is good, because ordinarily I might feel terrible about it, and then things might be I don't know, scary for me. But I'm very excited. So at this point, I can start taking on like assets, which is very, very frightening to me. I'm super excited to be taking, like, I want some good assets, and I want them now. Let's see. So this looks about right. 0.925, 0.925. Maybe just as a hyper tweak. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Let me change it to menu 1, and then it does that. Then we go back to menu 2. Nice, 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 nice. Very good, very good. I need to come up with the refactor thing for this. Refactoring just seems to be the word of the day. I don't know, after working, I did a lot of P5, and so you probably don't know about this, but I have gotten a job as a coding teacher here at an academy here in Delaware. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Hold on. I have to change this to screen.height, and right now we are going to comment this out and retweak that, because oh my god, that's terrible. And height draws downwards, so this should be no, not bad, not bad. Yeah, we could work with that. Alright, so, what was I saying? Yes, I was very embarrassed about getting that wrong, but I am also teaching intro to computer science and like scripting courses at an academy here in Delaware. I shouldn't say the name because I'm not sure if that's soliciting, but I am doing that, and I'm super excited about getting this opportunity. It's like really, I don't know, really a dream, if I had to say. Like, being a computer science teacher that was definitely my priorities. I want to be a TA for I wanted to be a TA at UD to like teach young fools like myself how to do things, but I don't know. Well, there's not much more to say other than that I don't think I could have done that in undergrad, so at least there. We'll see about being a TA at Southern New Hampshire though. Let's see, that's menu 2. Not pas terrible. You know what? I almost wonder if I can do this as not a ratio of the screen's width, but a ratio of the panel's width. So we're always going to have to draw the panel before. I'm refactoring. I'm refactoring more. Someone stop me. What I'm thinking is, if I draw the panel before, then I draw the buttons after and all the components in it after, I can draw all of these subcomponents of the panel relative to the panel's like X transform and things like that. That's what I'm thinking, because I could avoid doing the screen dot width, and I don't know how it would mess up, but it could, and instead I could draw it relative to the panel's width. So let's actually give that a try. I'm going to hate myself for doing this because, oh man, I just, panel direct get components, direct transform, and what did we edit here? The local position dot x. That's a lot of code, and you know what? It's good in theory, but I don't know if it's exactly necessary. Right. Well, my thing is, like, if I don't want to make... I want to make a couple preset panels. Like, that's my goal for this, if you can't tell. So, you probably can't tell because I haven't even done any sort of attempt at explaining what exactly I'm doing here. Oscar, why? He hears me talking, he wants to join in. But yeah, so I want to create a couple of preset layouts for my panels so that I can just load them and do things with them and change their little paths depending on where I am in the game and stuff like that. Actually, you know what? That is irrelevant because I'm doing this by scene. So this is going to be a battle scene, and I'm going to have a different like menu scene and stuff like that, and that stuff is going to be Thank you, and that has been a wonderful solo by my cat Oscar, who will not be quiet for whatever reason. You are fed, your box is clean, your water is clean and full. I have given you attention as well. I'm humoring you. Anyways, a young fool. Oh, brother. So, anyways, I can't let myself get distracted by this heckler. Let's see. I have to do... Oh. So we're gonna do screen height divided by 6 plus 50. I don't know. You know what? Plus 25. We really should use a constant. I don't want to just be hot coding all this stuff because that's bad practices. But like, I want to say I'll do it later, but I have the time now, and I'm like, ugh. But then I'll be on here forever. Like, it's already 10:45. I forget even when I started this video. But oh, you know what? I'm wrong. I have to do this. This must be plus 25 red buttons on the bottom. This is gonna have to be minus 25 because, you know. And then 0.7f, 1f, and then we do that. Okay. So the layouts look a little, they're okay, you know. I really should do the constants thing, though. I don't know. Ugh. Ew, what the? Okay, yeah, we don't want them looking all weird like that. Let's do a 6th. I think a 6th might be a little too much, but with the new scale, that should work. I don't know where to have you guys look. Let's see, advanced. This is menu 0. Welcome to menu 0. What an honor. Menu 2 has this layout. Yeah, there's way too much space there. This isn't bad though. Let's see, the spacing isn't terrible. The buttons feel a little close though, right? And I want to adjust them incrementally, but let's just try 30 and plus 30 and, you know. I really should define constants for these things though. It doesn't feel like I'm doing this the best way I can. And that annoys me because then I'm going to lose time later refactoring this code and then I'll be all angry and sad and mad. And, you know how it goes. Brother. Bruh. What can I help you with, sir? Cannot convert from double to float? Really? Is that a... Oh, okay. Alright, I didn't know that you actually couldn't convert from a double to a float. I mean, I understand it should throw you in error because you're losing precision, but, yeah, I don't know about that. Let's see, menu 1. Oh, that's, the other one. Menu... That's not bad! Nice! Nice. Nice, nice, nice. That is good. And now I just need to change the, no. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. I'm a fool. And I don't want to... You saw that, like, get component thing. I'm gonna do it. It's gonna save me time. And you know what they say? They always say you're not gonna need it in the future. But this might be useful. I want to reuse this code for other battle scenes. Even though the UI will be the same, so it won't really matter as much, but it's really, really bugging me that I'm not drawing all my buttons and things on the panel relative to the panel rather than the screen. Because drawing everything relative to the screen, what if, I don't know, they're a speedrunner and there's some advanced tech or exploit that you use. I don't even know how or why this would even work at all, but maybe you have to like go activate full screen in the same frames that we're drawing our menu. I don't know, man. Like, just it saves me from a potential like glitch in the future, and that's what I'm scared about. Okay, I said it. So I just need... Okay, just real quick. Oopsie. So we have this and this. Change panel transform. Change button transform. And I should do it relative to the panel. I really should. And I will. I just said I will. And no going back on that. Let's see, we're just gunge. Oh no. Let's see, change text transform. I don't know if a text is a rect transform as well. Let's see. Change text. We're just gonna hit him with the old bang. I don't know if I really need Y scale and X scale though. So, like, I want all my text to be drawn around a similar level. And if I need to, I guess I'll change this. I'll just add a parameter if I need to later. Let's see, change text, dot align by geometry. Ooh, let's see. You got a position? Y'all got positions that I can change? Oh, a rect transform. The local position should be new vector 2. You know what? I really wish that I didn't have to declare a new vector 2 too, because that's like, blech. It makes me nervous. No? Maybe if we dereference a pointer to a vector 2. Please? Mom? Help? God? Alright, okay. Create a new vector 2 that only exists for this scope, and then it just feels bad in my mind about memory, but I don't know how C++ or C# memory works, so I shouldn't worry about that. So we have the local position. You know what? I wonder if I could just do position. Nice. So we have this, and the scale doesn't really change. Possibly we need to implement. Let's see. To do. I shouldn't write that there. To do. Implement. Font size change, other things to change, possibly. Okay. I wonder if they have any little boldface, like, you know how easy it is to bold in HTML? Like, I wish I could do something as simple as like that. Okay. Like that, and then the \b to end my bold content. Like, it would be nice to have something like that to bold my text with. I would like that. But that's just me. I shouldn't worry about it right now. I'm freaking myself out. So now I just need to refine my text things. You know what? I really should. I kind of want to do an overload of this where I can do float new x, float new y, and then boolean is active. Because for some of these layouts, I'm not sure if I need active text for them. But you know, so the premise behind all my UI stuff is that I want to make a GUI that is useful for battle, and making these presets is valuable to me because it just is, you know. I don't know what to say, like, or I don't know what else to say about it. If you can't see the value of it, then that's interesting to me, because I need. Oh god, Unity's being weird. I'm sorry. Let's just run and not run again. Alright, never mind, we're all good. Okay, I've seen the weird component error, null, whatever thingy, where it didn't know, it wasn't a null reference. Anyways, so the point is that I want a good UI with a couple different things, and it won't be too hard to change these things. About maybe I shouldn't refactor more. I can't. It's not that I can't. I just shouldn't. I won, but at what cost? Like, this picture. This picture is me refactoring. Like, should I, mother may I my thoughts are racing right now. But basically, what I'm wondering is like, maybe I have a couple buttons. Paint, I summon thee. So, here's our screen. Bang. And we have like one menu. Let's make this menu like red or something. And here's like our default menu. And so we have it about here. We have a button, and another button, and then some like text. Text appears like all here. So this is one little menu thingy that's useful. Let's see. There we go. And then we're just going to take this and delete it. And then the other one that I was doing, I don't know if I actually ever showed it to you, was, let's make it blue. Something a little more like this, with a button and a button. And I want to have a consistent 2-button system. Because like 2 buttons, like how hard could it be? And then maybe text appears here or something, but I'm not sure because I haven't brainstormed them because I'm a fool. But I really should know what I'm doing before I set out and do it. So maybe that's my B, but you know what? We could actually add as many buttons here as we wanted, so maybe we even do like plus n buttons. Oh, I said but. Anyways, plus n buttons. So maybe we load different buttons here depending on what this is. But the rough idea I have in my mind for this is that this is like initial selection phase. So this is the initial selection phase, what should I call it? So this is what's going to happen. We selected target, selected card, selected card action phase. This is going to be selected card action phase. So this is when you've got a card on the field and you look at him and you slap him on the back of the head and you say, hey, you're selected. Like, this is the guy that I want to edit. And these buttons are going to allow you to do things like either like attack, maybe, or we like pass a turn, or we move. And maybe we pass a turn by moving nowhere, because that's more strategically acceptable. They're in general better. So this is probably going to be so we have selected card action phase. This is where the camera goes like, I'll write this out. Camera goes behind, camera goes to show selected card. We use good terms like pans. Rotates around, like cinematic shots. But so the camera pans to show the selected card, possibly rotates around with some cinematic shots. Then what else are we doing here? Let's change the size of that. Card rotates around, cinematic shots, pow. Alright, and then what we need here is like and our choices are either attack or move, because so far, so the key thing behind this interface is to keep it modular. And if you notice, it's very, 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 very lightweight. I wanted to keep, or I'm refactoring it to make it as lightweight as possible, so that, or lightweight in the sense that it's not going to be super heavy for me to change at a later point. This is why I'm going insane and doing all these things here. By the way, I just had no idea, so maybe when we change menu advance, so maybe we do this and then we define a local constant. Do I want to do a constant? Let's see, constant panel width, constant, but I have to define it. But I have to define it, like, what was that? Float, oh my gosh. I'm sorry if I sound tired. I'm just speaking in a lower voice because, if I don't, Oscar's gonna come and yell at me, I guess, or something. But let's see, float, panel width, and panel height. And this is going to help us. I'll show you why. Oh my god. Oh, wait, what did I do wrong? That expected? Oh, I probably shouldn't do that. Yes, this is probably not a good thing. So I wanted to declare it just for the scope. It'll still just be for the scope of this function. So let's just move it up to the top. Bam. So this is a local. Should I be concerned about the locality of, maybe I delete them after. Delete this. Delete this. No. Oh, this is unreachable code. Let's see if the delete keyword works. Delete this. Okay. Good. So we do this and switch menu number. So we stop the text coroutines. Do this. So it'll have to be after these change. It'll have to be after change panel transform that we assign our panel transform or our panel width to. This. This is wrong. I need panel height or panel X and panel Y. This is what I need. Thanks for bearing with me, guys. I really appreciate you being here if you're watching at this point in the video. Yeah, I don't know. Game design is really cool. At times like this, it can be a bit semantic and interesting, but you know what? It's all worth it to me. It's all worth it. Panel X equals you know what? Let's do this. 7 times screen.width divided by 8. Panel Y equals screen.height divided by 2. And what we're going to do is change this call here. And I really hope that you guys are looking at the code right now. If not, it's actually truly my fault, but I'm going to blame you anyway. No, I'm kidding. Let's take a look. Yes, we are looking at the code. Nice. So we have panel X, panel Y, and what we're going to do is, change this to the relative to these panel X and panel Y variables. That is what we're gonna do. And it looks like a lot of code in these switch cases. I wonder. No, stop. I shouldn't refactor this anymore. And it's not a bad thing that I want to. It's just so addicting. I cannot help myself refactoring. Also, wait, what the heck? So in case one... Oh, no. Okay. I was very confused for a sec. Panel X. And then we're going to come up with these positions of the buttons relative to panel X and panel Y. Because that's what's right. So this is half. And let's do some math really quick. So that's... How are we getting... Oh, I'm sorry if I scared you with it, because that kind of worried or ruined me. Let's see. How do we get... So panel X, or panel Y, is currently screen.width. So we'll do it width divided by 2. The desired Y is 7W over 8. So how am I going to have to do this in terms of PY? Oh, do I... Wow, is mathematics being nice to me? 7PY, I should have called this YP. Ugh, no. And YD. So our desired... Okay. YD is equal to 7YP, which is the panel Y. Then this, I'm pretty sure it's just times this to equal this. So 7/16. If we're including that. Strange and confusing, deliberate and horrible. I think I'm just psyching myself out. I'm like a cow that, like, when they like see, I don't know, you spook a cow and then they jump all over the place and I'm like, whoa. That's me right now. Let's see, panel X, we have these ratios. So this can be down to 3/4, that makes sense. And then 1.5 over 2, so that's just going to be 1.5 times panel Y, if that's screen.height over 2. And 7/8 is going to be 3.5 over 4, which over 2 is going to be 1.25. weight 1.75. And that is why I never do well. I don't know. I need to improve my number sense. But I got a cool book at Barnes & Noble's about that. So, that's that. I'm going to test it really quick and make sure things look as beautiful as they are tasting. Yeah, it looks not bad. Or wait. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad at all. Let's gonna have to refactor this for case 2 as well. Oh no. Let's see. See, this is what I didn't like about refactoring, or this is the only part I don't like about refactoring, because I will destroy everything with endless and infinite refactoring until the code becomes completely unreadable and undesirable to work with. Screen height divided by 6. Okay, I'm gonna do panel X, panel Y. I have to be careful and sure that I'm setting these in general, but correctly each time as well. So this is 6.5 times screen width divided by 8. And that's going to be 3.25 divided by 4. Because that's screen width divided by 2. Okay. And then that's going to be, what will that be? I'm a fool. Let's see, so half of 25 is, this is embarrassing, but you know what? It's a necessary thing. Because if I don't do this, then who will? And you know, I thought that this was something at one point, but this times 2 is actually, so this is not equal to this, because this times 2 is actually going to be the old, oh my god, I'm a fool. I'm embarrassed. No, I'm actually right with this. So 25 over 2 is 12.5. That is true. And that matters because let's try 3325 over 2. 3.25 over 2 is going to be a little something like, so how do you get 3? So normal 3 is 1.5 plus the added 0.125. So that's going to be 1.625. 1.625 times panel X. Oh, yes, I have to multiply it by a float so that we're not losing anything fun. Or, yeah, that's just not an integer. Sorry. Let's see, screen height divided by 6 minus 30, so that's just going to be panel Y minus 30. And let's just set this panel Y plus 30, and then we're going to do 6.5. Oh, this is the same coordinate, yes. Yeah, so I don't know if I have to reiterate on the value of these fixes and things like that, but it's important. It's really important for me, such that I can create a code base to spawn as many buttons as often as I need to. And like that's really important on its own, because say that we implement an item system and then each little critter or each card can hold items and stuff like that. For some reason, you give them items, and then I don't know, in pre-battle phases, and then my man pulls out like NyQuil, and then he sleeps. He has a healthy rest, and then he doesn't have like a sickness anymore. So that's why this is important. So I can add an item thing and implement new UI layers as soon as I need to. So let's see. So we can change that. We changed this. Very, very good. And I will also officially change or make these changes to this. Let's just do that. This feels good. This feels okay. I'm still intimidated by the amount of code that's here, and I still haven't done my text thing, but you know what? We're doing good. So we don't need... No, it's not right to be able to change menu advance. Yeah, you know what's looking enticing right now. Did I really call it menu text? I'm pretty sure that's my enum. Let's see, main message text. Main message text. And then we're going to do... We gotta try something. So panel, so for the default one, our default layout, I'm thinking, see, when I say the word default layout, that makes me think of a function that I can call that takes an integer for a menu scene, like a menu num, kind of like this, and then when I draw menu. But that's kind of redundant, you know what I'm saying? Never mind. I can't visualize my thoughts as easily as I hope I can. Panel Y. And the text is going to be an interesting point because I worry about its position. So panel X, since we draw X from the left to the right, so we're going to hit that with an additional 0.5f times that. So let's see where that ends up. So what that should do if we're on the half is... Ooh, that's no good. Yeah, if I multiply that by half and then half again, then that's going to take it off the screen. So we're going to do it at a position of 0.75. And... Okay, or 0.25, I mean. It's gone completely. Where's my tags? Main message text, where are you? Help, help! I am being a fool. Oh. What if you know what? I'm just gonna hit him with the old debug.log for my panel X. So I could see, like, this is gonna be 0, right? Like, this should be 0, at least I think. And I get 406 is half of the width of this. So around like 100 it started acting fine. So panel X is that, and let's do panel X divided by 4. It makes me wonder if I've done anything wrong about the normal way. Let's do it by divided by 8. Because if we're dividing it by 4, 8 and 16. Let's try minus 100. I'm sorry, this is really not exciting. Oh my. Alright, that works perfectly. No changes will be made here. I really should set like constraints on the text too, so that if I have a lot of text going on, then it doesn't do things like that. But I'll implement that at a later time to possibly implement a limit for which text can be displayed, scroll sort of thing. So maybe we do a scrolling element, but we have it unable to be scrolled by a mouse hanging, or by a mouse. What? Oh, oops. Hang text transform? What are you talking about? Oh, I'm a fool. I thought that was like a built-in function that I accessed or invoked somehow, but let's see. But yeah, too many games, things were very, very exciting. I don't know. It's just really, really fun and really, really scary. To be honest, I don't know. It's weird to go there and like walk around with my big cowboy boots and spurs, talking to all these developers and being like, "Hey, like, that's so crazy that you guys got your game ported to like the Nintendo Switch. Like, wow, right? Like, wow, big wow." And like, it's just, I don't know. Just talking to people like that is just so crazy. Speaking of crazy, I'm looking at some crazy stuff right now. Return to menu 0. This is menu 0. Looks good. This is menu 2. Looks good still because that's literally menu 0. Does menu 1 need text? I don't think menu 2 or menu 1 needs text. And that was this window where we do this. Like, this doesn't need main message text, so we're going to do main message text dot set. Set all dirty one. Is active false. And I worry about what this means. Huh? Well, that's part of it. Is active and enabled. I can only get that. Enabled. Huh, how did I do that before? Wait, I'll be right back. Let's see. In my game object.set active. Game object.set active, not false. So we just need that. And what we're going to do is at the start of our other functions, set this to true. Before we change our text, bang. And we can literally just copy all of the code, almost all the code, here to here, because that wasn't entirely true before. And here we go. These are our layouts, and I want to refactor them further, but I really know that this could go on forever. And refactoring everything like that may not be as healthy a process as I would like it to be. It's like, it has to be like, it has to be useful, you know? And if I do that, then it might not be. By the way, here's what this all looks like now. I realized I haven't shown in a while. So let's restart it. Hey, no changes. Okay, this is menu 0. We advance to menu 1, which is the one without text, and then we don't have it, and we don't need to call the coroutine. Let's see, return to or advance to menu 2, which is the same as menu 0, menu 2, and then menu 0. You know what? Let's do a quick thingy where I set this. by just changing the thing of the panel. Oh no, I'm a fool. Let's see how this aligns. But because what I'm looking for here is just to change like my menu to location so that I can see, yeah, it draws everything relative to that. And it looks wonderful. Yes. Very, very good. This is menu 2, menu 0. Yes, this is a positive change. This is good, and I'm very, very happy. Now what we're gonna do is take our changes in our UI script. Oh man, that's... Wait. In draw menu, I stopped that code. Hold on. Draw menu... Oh, yes, I surrounded it with the if. I'm bad at reading my GitHub changes, because, it's like, blech, you know? This is like in the same line. This is all line 61. This is what was gone. This is what's new, or in 62. I don't know, I'm bad at reading that. I'm not used to it, I guess I should say. So, modular UI interface implemented. Alrighty, and we're going to do we have a flamingo, bird, bee, cheese, no, we gotta have a burger. Yeah. Bees trigger. I'm gonna put that at the bottom because you know what, I just thought of employers might look at this and then they'll see bees trigger and then they may not be fans of that, you know. So I have sown the seeds of a modular menu system that is drawn somewhat efficiently from a panel, from a specified or altered panel. Everything draws itself from that panel so that wherever it appears, it is drawn correctly. I might need to derive an algorithm, or to derive a formula for the scale of these, but who knows? Here's a basic modular menu system so far. This is really, really good, because I was really worried about my UI programming and things like that in general. Like I got really unconfident in myself that I could do this UI, and I was worried that I have to change it with a bunch of events and stuff like that. But this approach that is really based a lot in like P5 and processing and just calling things more efficiently, I feel like this approach works a lot better. And now I might reward myself with some game time, honestly. I mean, like, this is a good update. Like, I feel good about this, but I kind of want to implement cards tonight too, and my brain feels okay. Like, I'm not straining yet, you know? So, mother should I? Not mother may I, but mother should I? I don't know. There's a lot to uncover with that. There's certainly a lot to uncover with that. I have a lot of to-dos in my file. Let me see. Let's do in my current solution. my current project. Let's see, find next. LERP animation for moving the card. Yeah, I don't really, that's a play a menu sound. Possibly implement a limit for which text can be displayed, scroll sort of thing. Yeah, that was from today. That too. Okay, not the worst amount of to-dos, not at all. Maybe, you know what, maybe we implement sound. I don't know though. And the reason I don't know is just because I'm a baby, you know, what can I say? It just worries me about not being in the right place to make this stuff, you know. But I mean, like, I'm doing okay right now. You know, but that's weird because I don't have my headphones in, so you guys can hear that as well. We're just gonna make a quick sound effect. So let's see, like a menu SFX1, and it's just gonna be like a we're gonna set F to be F. Set this to this, but it's brass, so this sounds like it's just on the default noise channel. So let's do this with a square, maybe? Is this right? No, this isn't right. Okay. Let's do blank. We might want to even transpose that down an octave. We're also going to need to limit the volume because that's a good thing to do. Transpose this down an octave. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, that sounds very Animal Crossing. I wonder if that's what they did. I just need like a doom. It's a little noisy, to be honest. I kind of like it though. Let's see, so we have V. Pretty sure those ones are the same. You know what? I wonder what my friends over in VRC6 land can do for me. Oh, am I still looking at this? No, I'm not. I'm sorry. You're hearing a bunch of noises that are unexplained, and this is why. So we're going to change our instrument here to be, let's see, what do we want? Blank. Probably blank works. The old 2/6. So we do this, and then we change the voice channels between 0 and 8, I think. Let's see, what are our options? Pulse width, because 0 and 7. Hey, wait. Bruh. Are we doing things? Oh, interesting that you didn't have. Stop this now. Okay. VO. That is right? I'm pretty sure I'm right in this syntax. Like the voice, or the pulse width. Yeah, it's just change the instrument. Let's see, so. Ew. Lead lead 2, so that's gonna be 2D. It almost sounds too glossy now, in a weird way. Sorry. Lead 2 is kind of weird. Lead saw, maybe? It's very unhelpful, because that's already a saw. Or at least it sounds like it. Let's check the waveform. Can we get like a not that? Okay, so it's pretty much just the same thing there. Lead pulse. It's almost like, why? It's quieter too, because I said it that way. 3000. That's a softer one that I'm looking for. Maybe we set this to 1-2. Ugh. Can we not change the? I guess we can't, so we won't. Alright. So this is our first little menu thingy. We're gonna create a wave of that bad boy and drop it on the desktop. I'll just drop it on the desktop. SFX1, pow. This is nice, and it's here, but I don't know, we'll change it. And a new menu SFX. What will we do for this? So this one is a fourth stack. Maybe we do a fifth stack going down. Nope, C. So back on 03, we're gonna need to do then we're gonna need to do this as well. Was this really It sounds different sometimes. I dream of cheese. This sounds a lot better then. It's because of the range, like. We should just up the octave on that. You know what? Let's just hit him with the old. Oops. Oh my god. So just hit him with a da 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 da. 3-0. Yep. 3 da 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 da. I love this lead. And we'll save this as a menu SFX2. Save that bad boy, export it as a wave file. Said obnoxiously. Oh, there's this one zoo guide that we had. My family and I went out to this zoo in San Francisco, and it was like, where are we looking? Yeah. So yeah, he always talked like this, and the giraffes on your left are very something, and like he only talked like that. It was really interesting. Sounds. And let's do SFX. And in this, we are going to take our newfound friends, and let's go on over to the right screen. We're going to take our new friends. Where's Unity? There you are. And deposit them. If I could grab them both, why is that a problem? Here. Let's see. Nice. Well, now that we have these guys here, how can we do this in the code? So we are going to need how do we do music in Unity? I'm glad I'm asking myself this so I can look it up and research it now, instead of, I don't know, doing something. But I don't know what else I would be doing right now if I wasn't doing this. Unity playing, sounds. Let's just do sounds. Sound effects and scripting. I don't want to watch a video. Private audio source. Source. Play one shot. Easy enough, I guess. Let's see. So we have a lot of variables at the beginning of this code, though. I wonder if that's absolutely necessary. Maybe I can call I don't need to call an event. What am I saying? I don't need to call an event at all. Audio clip. Menu 1. So we're going to call private audio clip menu 1 and menu 2. And we are actually going to have to make these public so that I can redefine them at a later point and maybe then set them to private. So have these, and then you know what's weird? That I remove all listeners. But there should be a default listener on these bad boys that is set to, here we go. So yeah, I remove all listeners here. And I feel like that's wrong. Let's see. We advance the menu. And you know what? Let's just add a little if statement here, and then let's say int to menu number. Let's just do menu 1 dot play. Audio clip. Yeah, so that's an audio clip. Play one shot. Play one shot. Is that a thing? That doesn't. Okay, let's see. This seems like old Unity stuff. So we're just going to go back to the scripting API and hit audio clip. Not audio clop, audio clip. Here we go. Oh, that's just a container. So we need an audio source and then audio dot play. No, we just need play. I will repeat myself. There we go. Now we need to just go up here and change these two audio sources. Oops, source. And let's see. Audio source does not contain a definition for play. Maybe it has a definition for play. That's what I'm looking for. So now I just need to take my UI script on the canvas and set the references to these sounds. Oh, so I don't have an audio source. Let's see. I'm gonna switch you to look at this, because now this is important. Ooh, I want to see the metadata for these bad boys. Never mind. Menu.wave. This binary file has changed. Interesting, and also interesting. Let's see. It's cool that that's a binary file. I don't know why. It's just nice. Wait, what? I don't think I said this. Audio source is get component audio source. Clip. Oh, okay. So it looks like that's a game object. Funny enough. Let's see if we can do an audio thingy. Audio source. There we go. Audio clip. It's going to be menu SFX1. We're going to reference this audio source with our that. So I should name it something better. Let's see. Menu SFX. Maybe it could just be a general SFX thing, but maybe not. We need the resources. Or we need the... Yeah, this is menu 0. Nice, and nice. You know what? I don't like the little pause before. Maybe we can buffer that out. Can we cut this? Huh. It seems like something I'd have to do elsewhere. Anyways, this is a pretty decent night. Like, wow. Like, I'm glad that I could make this progress so far. Audio, SFX for menu, navigation. It's very, very rudimentary because I haven't yet learned about audio sources and clips. So I just have a little sound playing right now. I can't wait to continue. I can't wait to improve these sounds as more assets become necessary. This is gonna be such a good surprise for the guys. I haven't updated in a little bit, and like, I'm so happy that I can. This is over the 2-hour mark. Wow. Okay. We're gonna push this bad boy, and then we will be, outie probably for tonight. Thanks so much for watching. Oh my god, and yeah.